Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolf here. You know, I've been so busy. This is no joke. I was so busy today. Do you know, not only did I forget to eat my lunch, I forgot to eat my breakfast. If it wasn't for me having coffee today, I would have just totally forgot, period. I literally forgot to eat. I've been going. You had those days sometimes, man. It's just like I forgot to freaking eat, and I'm supposed to eat. I was told by that you got to eat something every day with your medication. And this one, a few days, I'm saying for real, that if I had to buy with them little breakfast bars with no sugar, though, of course, just to make sure I get my medicine now. That's what I'm gonna start doing, because this is ridiculous. I'm seriously, honestly, truly, this is freaking. This is freaking damn ridiculous. I usually don't go a day without eating something, for breakfast. My dad always say, breakfast is the best part of the day, as far as your meals. It is. Breakfast is my favorite food, actually. But I'm just saying, I just didn't do it. I totally forgot. Someone told me to take a fruit cup or something. I didn't even do that. I've been so busy. It's like I just didn't even know I had to eat. I totally forgot. I've been that busy today. It's like, man, I'm just running. I'm still running. I forgot to put my health first. That's something we have a bad habit of doing. We get to, when we do find something to eat, when we go eat the first thing we can go get. I know this one woman that on my job, man, she was, because she was trying to defend two other women that work for her. And they're kind of heavy, so one is heavier than the other, but that's another story. I won't go into all that. Nevertheless, and I was saying to her, I said, well, you need to go do this, and the other. That would help. I didn't tell her directly, but just saying. And she was like, well, they got kids, and they going to grab the first thing they need. Okay, I don't want to hear that. You could buy fruit cups 10 for $1. Not 10 for $1. I think it was 10 for $10, something. Well, you could buy fruit cups. I think it is 10 for $10 at the nearest local giant food market down here. All right, I've eaten those on a hump. They're 100. I think it's like 100 and something calories. Average 110 calories per serving. Not even that much sugar, but that will last you through at least most of breakfast. But you will also need some protein. 2 pieces of sausage, turkey sausage. In some cases, maybe pork sausage if you can get away with pork sausage. I was recommended to eat turkey, so that's another story for me. But nevertheless, my thing is, you can't keep making excuses about being big. Because being big ain't necessarily healthy. Being skinny ain't necessarily healthy either. But for certain, if you're a certain size and you got hypertension and all this stuff, it's not healthy for you. You got to do something about it. That's real talk. You have to do something about it. You can't wish it away. That takes me to my next segment about this podcast. I've been watching 600-pound life for the last, I say 3 to 4 years. And the more I watch it, the more it grosses me out. And I don't mean, well, yeah, I do. Some of the people who are on there, man, are so big, they can't even wash their own ass whole. Whole ass. Asshole and whole ass. Asshole and whole ass. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. They can't wash their asshole or their whole ass. It's bad. It really is. And they are in that bad of shape. I was like, wow, that's insane. That's totally insane. There was one I was watching last night. I got to finish watching it. I kind of got grossed out a little bit, man, because the woman was in such bad shape. Black woman, too. She started, this is no joke, her daughter, okay, this is what really offended me. her daughter had her son standing right there helping her mother, who is his grandmother. Grandmother is 49 years old. She looks older than me. She looks older than my wife. All right, my wife is older than her. I'm older than her. My mother's older than her. She looks as old as my mother. Actually, a little older. Yeah, she really do. She's 49. But anyway, the doctor, Dr. Niles, if you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. Dr. Niles was talking to her via Skype, I believe. So, doctor asked her how much she weighed. She claimed she was like 642. Doctor said, you look more about 700. And when she, later on, when she weighed in at his office down in Houston, she was 704. I said, this guy's good. I mean, he is really good. I mean, he hit it dead on. He said, you look more about 700. She turned out to be 704. I mean, that's pretty damn accurate. You are a pretty damn good accurate doctor if you know what you're talking about, and you can guess her weight and not even see the rest of her body. That's the crazy part. He just looked at her from the top. Because I think he saw maybe like a little bit of the top portion of her body and said, oh, man, you over 700 easily. But anyway, nevertheless, but here's what I wanted to say, because this is going to shock you. It shocked the hell out of me when I saw it. So, this woman couldn't wash her ass, whole ass, all right? And the shocker part about it was, this douchebag here. The shocking part about it was that the woman, the mother, I mean, you know, the woman in question that had the issue with her weight. It was her daughter, and her grandson, all right? Her grandson wasn't like a year, 2 years old, or 6 months sitting in the cradle. This boy was about at least maybe preteen, like 12, 13 years old, and could visibly see his grandmother being washed down on her bed with no drawers on in front of him. I said, what the fuck is this? Excuse my friend, what the fuck is this? Who does that? I don't give a damn how bad a shape you in. The one thing you should not be doing is getting indecent or being indecent in front of your grandchild while you getting your booty washed. I'm serious. That was just, oh, God, I'm glad I didn't eat lunch today. Because I'm glad I didn't eat lunch today, because really that's grossing me out now. But I'm just saying, nevertheless. And I'm like thinking, really? You actually allow your daughter to wash your funky ass in front of your grandchild? You know? It's bad enough your daughter got to wash your ass. But your daughter got to wash your ass, and your grandson got to stand there in front of you, and you ain't got nothing on but your coochie. Now, that don't make no damn sense. It really don't. It really don't. You know? That was just offensive just for me to look at. And you gonna do some bullshit like that? Really? I mean, I was just completely appalled by it. I really was. I was like, now, of course, television, they did block it. But I didn't want to see it anyway. For a number of reasons. But that ain't the worst part. Oh, it gets worse. So the worst part of about it is, and this is just within the first maybe 10 minutes of the show. I ain't even got halfway through the show yet. You know? And it gets worse than that. Sort of. But anyway, so the one part was she was the grandson had to grab her leg, all right, to help her, you know, get the bend over so that her daughter could wash her backside. And you know, he probably ain't probably $125 trying to pull her up, and I know he couldn't be more than about 5.5 feet, if that. You know, because he's still growing. Yeah, they're gonna lift her big heavy ass up. And yeah, I'm talking about, because she should have got a bigger size adult to do that for her than this little boy. The little boy had no business being in the room when that was going on anyway, at all. Okay, and it was kind of obvious, maybe, I don't know, but I wouldn't think that any father would want, you know, little boy stand looking at his naked grandmother while she's being bathed by her daughter. I'm sorry. I thought that was extremely indecent, and it was wrong for a lot of reasons. But nevertheless, this traffic is bad today, man. Good God. Just go already. Man. Really? Man, these people can't act like they can't drive worth 2 cents, man. I hate driving out here. But nevertheless, so let me tell you about the worst part that I saw from what I was watching so far, other than her eating like a pig. So anyway, at one point, she was complaining about her daughter's looking at her leg. She said, "Oh, you got..." Okay, brace for it, guys. She had this one leg on her right leg. It was like a cyst, all right, and it was black. It was kind of brownish and blackened and brown. It was really dark, but it looked like something came. What this fool doing? What is people doing? It looked like something came off one of the Fantastic Four characters. All right, it was pretty gross. So Darlene said, I think one of them said, look like my leg is so bad, got maggots crawling in. It was like, it just grossed me just forget me. Man, it was just, I couldn't. I said, oh my God. And she's just sitting there all these years. She said she didn't walk around for like some 3 years, hadn't even got up. And I'm like, really? What the fuck is wrong with black, especially a woman her age, 49 years old? You ought to know better. You should know better. You really should. You know? Not just for the sake of your health, but for the health of your family around you. Because she got both her daughters and the kids living in the house now. You really want that damn nasty... you're a walking biohazard. I forgot she don't walk. But you're a biohazard. And I don't mean that in a funny way. I mean, I'm seriously, though. It was just gross. And I watched this show for years. It was one of the grossest things I've ever seen. Yeah. I mean, she's in the... Oh, yeah, I got this coming up. She wasn't the least bit bothered by it. And she probably knew that was going on all the time. But just the fact that the thing's sitting on her... No, the maggots or whatever. Just the fact that she had that big old cyst on her damn leg, middle of her leg or thigh, wherever it was, should have grossed her out enough to already have saw the doctor by now. This woman was 704 pounds. They had a driver, I think she come from Alabama somewhere all the way over to Texas. 6-hour ride. Because there's no way she was getting no plane. That's not the whole story. But nevertheless, I think I came to the part where Dr. Now, I fell asleep on that part, but I came back when she actually got her place in Houston, because they usually have those guys staying in apartments out there someplace, not far from his office. I mean, not far from the doctor's office. Anyway, and at one point, I think they had her in the hospital for a few days eating the food and getting her, drop the weight before she moved into her apartment down there. And she just looked like, man, that food just looked nasty to her. Now, this woman is 49 years old. She had the look of a 10-year-old when she saw the food. I think it was either meatloaf and carrots. But she was talking about how nasty the hospital food was. Everybody said that. Hospital food is okay. All right, I've never had to stay in the hospital. But hospital food, and I've had hospital food for people who I visited, and the hospital food was okay for what I've had. Seriously, it's just okay. Not great, but just okay. I had to seriously get these brakes looking like that. Take a little longer time to stop. This is on dry pavement. But anyway, but yeah, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, she just grossed out about, much as she liked to eat, but she didn't like to eat that. She was too busy used to eating macaroni and cheese with fried chicken and all the other stuff. And she was eating stuff like that like almost every day, from what I saw, especially even when she was at home. So at one point, she was back at the apartment after let her out and said, "Well, we're going to go ahead and let you out to your own vices, but let you out for out the hospital and start you on a little diet plan where you actually follow the plan so you can lose enough weight to get surgery." Of course, when she goes back to her apartment, what does her daughter do? Enable her, feed her whatever she want to eat, And she got back to the bad habits when she went back to the doctor's office. Come to find out that she had gained more weight, but that's where I left off at, right about there. So, my thing is, man, your health is everything. The doctor had already warned her if she didn't take care of herself, she was going to die sooner than later. And he was talking about like very soon at the time. So I didn't see the whole show, but I don't know, man. I tell you, I told my wife, I don't ever want to get that big, man. If I had to get back that big, just divorce me or something, man. I actually said that. Because it makes no sense for somebody to just let themselves go like that. And I don't think she had any real issues as far as from what I saw. Because there were some episodes where people like, well, they were so depressed and whatever. But I think she was just, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, it's 2018. You know, being overweight can increase your chances of all kind of ailments. You know this. It's been talked about. It's been addressed about time and time again for many, many years. People know this. They know the story about being obese. People know about overweight people obese people having heart attacks. People know about people getting cancer for being obese. People know about all of this stuff, and people still do the same dumb shit. You know? And she was like, well, I can't help myself. You can help yourself. You know, even before I got on the Nutrisystem diet, I was eating healthy. I was scaling back a little bit. I actually was losing weight. And I actually my wife and I would walk around the neighborhood once a week. Yep, once a freaking week. I'm tired of people with these dumbass excuses about it. You know, but they don't exactly apply to everybody. You know, but in some cases, man, this woman has the opportunity to go up there and see this doctor, and you need to take advantage of it. But so far from what I saw, she wasn't trying to. She doesn't care. She figured, well, I just need you. And she told the doctor at one point, I just need you to clean up all of this. Really? So make you look beautiful just so you can go back to the same thing you were doing without changing. Which is why I'm glad they do send those guys to a therapist, because the therapist can actually help get to the root of the problem, so they can actually get their head in the right place, so to speak. You know, and change their lifestyle for the better. You know, but they won't do that. They will not do it. They won't do it at all. Dude, you went around like who I am. I am because I don't need to get my ass over. Like right about now. But you know, I just think it's just nuts, man. You know, it's a good time for me to go to the gym, and I don't even feel like going. I really don't. I feel like going. I need to go, but I'm getting hungry. I'm like I hadn't ate anything all day. You know, and I don't like. And one thing about me, I do not like, and I repeat, I do not like going to the gym on an empty stomach. I really don't. I really don't. Not at all. I need to go buy the market name up over there. Anyway, but guys, like I said, your health is everything. I'm gonna tell you. I strongly recommend you watch My 600-Pound Life. They're supposed to have a special episode next week where they got a 645-pound teenager. Unbelievable. How are you a teenager at 645 pounds in this day and age? I'll never understand. That's the next one coming up. This is why I say I may have to create a separate channel for pop culture, because this is crazy. You know? But it also should be a wake-up call for you, too. You know? Because all this junk and obsession with food, man, really can't take you out of here. I had that obsession. I love eating. I learned to control it quite a bit, to a point where, like today, I said, I just totally forgot to eat. I totally forgot. I don't want to make that a habit, though, because doctors recommend that you do eat something in your system every day. Just not overindulging, not eating a lot of junk, and eating more of the right foods that you need to be eating, like fruits and vegetables. which I don't have a problem doing. I really don't. My doctor already told me I need to eat more protein anyway, which I'm going to start doing. But, you know, man, well, I'll tell you about that too. I was kind of tired last night because I actually went to my rehearsal last night, church rehearsal, and kind of like I've been, among other things, some other issues came up that I don't really want to address right now for a number of reasons. What is this food doing? You can't get past what the hell you trying to get around me for. You know, people just drive stupid out here. And I'm going to drive stupid with you. No, I ain't going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But, I don't know. It's just, my stomach is grumbling. I don't feel like cooking today. Right. You know, even with me, I don't like cooking. But I had a bad habit of going to McDonald's myself like everybody else, waiting in the line for 20 minutes to get a burger. Who does that? Well, everybody does too. Everybody don't like cooking. But man, weekends, some say, man, the line be all out to the street almost, the parking lot. I say, really? Y'all that hemmed up from McDonald's that you just have to wait out there like that in a long line. I stopped doing that myself. You know. But you think about the convenience of something good to eat. You know. I don't dwell on that because the first thing I think about is what I know the consequences are if I eat that food. In other words, I psych myself to kind of gross myself out from eating it because I know it won't do me any good to eat it. And nothing good can come up. I already know that. You know, people don't think that. We don't tend to think that. We just like, hey, it's good to our tummies, let's eat it. Tasting good don't always mean it's a good thing. I would make a joke about somebody who actually did that, but that's another story. I won't go there. You know. But anyway, that's about all I got for right now. It's DJ Wolf. May do a podcast earlier. I'll let you guys know. Because we do got a lot to talk about on a serious tip. A lot of stuff I want to talk about. And I want to talk about real soon. Real soon. Real, very real and very soon. Wow, the traffic is crazy out here. That's why I hate driving this beltway this time of day. And it's early. That's the bad part. It's early out here in traffic, man. I'm gonna take these brakes like that, man. Things kind of like, But nevertheless, this DJ Wolf. I got more to say about this and a bunch of other stuff in the back burner. I am out.